Plaintiff Melinda Jackson says when she got pregnant with her 15-year-old twin daughters, she was addicted to PCP and was sleeping with 3 men, one of whom was the defendant. Melinda admits she doesn't know who their father is, so she petitioned the court for a paternity test. Defendant Angelo Hicks says when he was younger, he had a casual sexual relationship with Melinda. A few years ago, Melinda came to him and told him he may be the father of her twin girls, so he agreed to be tested.
All right, and today we are here to determine paternity for 2 young ladies?
Yes, sir.
All right, give me some background.
I'm here today because I'm trying to see if Mr. Hicks is the potential father of my twin girls. They are 15 years old today.
What has occurred over the last 15 years regarding determination of paternity or belief or assumption?
Yes, I was dealing with another guy since I was 14. I have my oldest son is by him. And I've been dealing with him off and on throughout over the years. And it was an abusive relationship. We used drugs together. Throughout the years, we stood together because I had loved him, he loved me. When I got pregnant with my daughters, it was to the point of, it was a really toxic relationship. And I started having sex with different people. I had sex with 3 different guys. Mr. Hicks was one of them.
Regularly?
No, not regularly. But at the time of conceiving, he was one of the guys.
Okay.
Throughout the years after I had them, I really was selfish. I really didn't care about really knowing because I was really embarrassed. I was doing a lot of things. I was just living my life and I didn't care too much about knowing who their father was. But, I was just in my addiction because I was really in my addiction.
What type of addiction?
I use drugs. I use PCP. I smoke a little marijuana, drink a little occasionally. But that was back then, at that time in my life.
What would the PCP do to you?
It's just like a regular drug. I don't know how to explain it. It's just, make you feel outside yourself. And, back then, that's what, us, when I was young, people like me was doing.
Wait,
that
from
was
California, D.C.?
I'm from Connecticut. And
so you were using Sherm while you were pregnant with the girls or after?
No, I didn't use when I was pregnant with them.
Okay.
I used before them and I used after I got pregnant with them.
Plaintiff Melinda Jackson admits that she doesn't know who the father is of her 15-year-old twin daughters, but says the defendant is one of the 3 possibilities. So she petitioned the court for a paternity test.
So you were into your addiction up until what age for the girls?
When I stopped, I've been clean now for going on 2 years.
Good.
I've been clean, and when I got clean, I started thinking about my children, and I felt that I was really selfish about that. I was really sad about that, and I wasn't happy about that, and that they don't really know. All they know is the other guy that is a possibility of him being the father because he's the father of my other 2 boys. So they do know, but he had a problem with, claiming them. And
Who's
stuff.
on the birth certificate?
He's not on a birth certificate, no.
Who's on it?
Just no guy on the birth certificate.
No one? Okay.
No.
All right. And how did it affect them having a mother who was addicted to drugs?
My kids, my daughters, they know everything about me. I don't hide nothing from them.
No,
so they
I'm
know
talking
it. I
about...
don't think that they was happy about it, not at all.
No, that's
you know
not
what I mean?
That's not what I'm
but
talking
you said
Drug
affected.
addicts, when you have a drug addict parent, the children are affected during that addiction and after that addiction psychologically, academically, as well as behavioral issues. So that's what I was asking about. Did it affect them, their grades, their development, their behavior, their outlook on life? Are they ever sad, depressed, have anger outbursts? All these things are pent-up things that come from being neglected by a drug-addicted parent. So you didn't see any of that?
No, they're very good. They don't have them signs of symptoms. They don't have that.
Do well
at all.
academic?
They do really good. Really good in school. Academically, they're not sad. They're not angry. They just look like a regular teen.
Okay.
They have their time, their moments, but they're not. I don't see no depression or nothing like that. I've always been open and honest with them.
And
They've
you
been
see
honest
that
with me.
primarily with narcotics, such as cocaine and crack, and heroin, of course, and opioids and the others. I've never heard of PCP being so addictive that you neglect your children. And you think that affected all of your decision making and your parenting?
Well, I wasn't the best mother that I could be. I had a lot of issues going on, and I was selfish. I put the drug in front of my children.
Okay. All right. Just trying to get a little more information on the effect on the children when you're addicted to PCP, and I don't know what that is. So that's why we were delving into it. Go ahead, sir. Let me hear some background from you.
I started off young, running the streets at a young age. My mother was there. She was a single parent. I was being hard-headed, didn't want to listen to her. Started running the streets, hustling, selling drugs, things like that. Went to jail, came home.
You changed your life about what year? How old were you?
I don't really know offhand.
You ain't changed then. Go ahead, ma'am. Tell me. You can't tell me when. I don't really know. If you don't really know when you went from a criminal to a legitimate citizen, you still a criminal. Now, when did you change? I know exactly when I changed.
Some years ago, Your Honor.
1981.
Some years.
It was
Your
the
Honor.
year of the... All right, sir. What do you want to tell me about your association with Miss Jackson?
I met Miss Jackson a while ago, and I didn't really know about her past that much. It was just, we would kick it here and there, and I just kept it moving. A few years ago, she came to me in a joking manner, like, say, hey, long time no see. I haven't seen you, in a while. We got twin girls together. So I'm like, wow, so I didn't really pay no mind to it. I kind of laughed it off and just kept going my own way. Then maybe a couple years ago, she had hit me on social media and was like, can you give me a call? So I called her and she asked me, she explained to me what was going on and that I might be the father of her twins and am I willing to get a DNA test done? And I was like, well, sure, because I do have other kids.
Did you ask her why she was just getting around to you?
I asked her.
And what'd she say?
At the point she was like, she was just being selfish. She just cared about herself at the time. And that's
and
about it.
She got clean, obviously. That's when she decided to look into it. Is that why you decided to look into it? Okay. And your response?
My response was, I was like, well, I understand, what people, how people feel, what they go through and things like that. And I was like, I'm willing to go ahead and take the test and find out if they are my daughters.
The plaintiff, Melinda Jackson, admits that she doesn't know who the father is of her 15-year-old twin daughters, but says the defendant is one of the 3 possibilities. So she petitioned the court for a paternity test.
Ma'am, did you, without any real information, tell him that?
Yes.
Why? When you had been telling your daughters it was someone else, obviously. Had you been telling them?
At the beginning, I did tell my daughters that was somebody else.
So why did you suddenly, into their teenage years, go to another man?
No, it wasn't all about their teenage years. They knew far before they were teenagers that the other guy possibly was not their father. So,
oh, you had told them?
Yes, I have told them.
What age did you tell them that I'm not sure who your father is?
I don't know quite what age, but we have spoke about it. Like at first, like I said, I was in my addiction, so I really didn't want to elaborate.
I want to know when you spoke about it. All right, I got the addiction. We're clear on that.
When they probably 8, like sometime right 8 or 9, something like that. So that's when I really started talking about it. Because
what was their response?
At first they didn't, they knew the other guy as their father, so it's kind of hard.
No, but you had just told him, I'm not sure if the other guy is your father.
Yes.
So a kid would have a reaction.
Yeah, they do have a reaction, but they don't.
What did they say then?
They didn't say much.
Okay, and they haven't said much since then?
They haven't said much about it.
So they're just leaving it up in the air. We're not sure.
They do want to know, but they just haven't said much about it. I don't know if they just pulled it in or what.
Since age 9, they haven't said much about it. They're just walking around not knowing who my daddy is.
True.
All right, just trying to clarify. Don't pretty it up. And you're acting a little upset. Now, don't come in here looking like you're a victim. You've done everything to many people, including your daughters. Now, let me see the paternity test. I ain't done nothing to you. I wasn't hooked on Sherman abandoning my children, and now you don't want to hear about it. And then when they look at you rolling your eyes again, you've destroyed their lives, whether you know it or not. Make up for what you did, the damage. Nobody don't stop talking about it. I'm sorry, ladies, I don't know why you brought him in here, but you need to start talking about who the father is, because he's not. Have a good day.
Man, it is what it is. I mean, I'm still gonna be her friend. I'm gonna still try to be there for her kids, you know. It is what it is. I'm okay with it.